there we go. Here we are. Episode 4, baby.
John. John.
Hello,
Are
John.
you there, John?
Hello, John.
Hello, John. John. We are live!
We are live from the gas
Ladies and
station.
Where Gigi Allen fingered his butt and did a ton of drugs.
Welcome back to another long-awaited, but never outdated episode of Peeter'S Peeps podcast. So
EP5.
this is the EP4. You have miscounted. Either way, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Cracking up the Corona.
We're so professional.
We're drinking Coronas up in here.
But yeah, so continuing. This is technically continuing off of the last.
Let me get a towel.
Oh no! Not get the towel. Sabu with the towel.
Throw in the towel.
Throw the towel.
Right, I'm wiping it. I'm wiping it with my sweatshirt now, so my sweatshirt's gonna smell like beer. That's always a good sign.
I'm surprised you're even drinking beer, dude. I didn't know you're a big beer guy.
I'm starting.
I can't drink that, dude.
Gotta go on that. A beginner alcoholic, this one, Maggle.
Oh, hell yeah. This is the start of a new arc, a new era. The alcoholic era. So...
Just kidding, guys.
Are we? But yeah. This episode, technically a continuation of the last episode, because apparently we took too long last episode, but it doesn't matter. I still like that episode. We rambled on about deathcore. We talked about what we love. So this is the thing that I promised last episode. This is the special something. This episode is a tournament. I made this on challenge.com, which is a little tournament website. This is a tournament of the worst bands that we could think of. Now, not all of these are necessarily the worst bands. We put a couple just kind of bad bands to, like, you know, spice things up. Maybe we'll have a couple underdogs that go through the tournament here. But yeah,
some of these will be surprising.
Yeah, we have 32 bands, which might sound like a lot, but once we go through all of these, once we hit like the second round, we won't need to explain them necessarily. So I don't think this episode will be as long as the last one, but we'll see. So
hope not.
To give a little context here, we're not necessarily like the most critical of music critics, you could say, but we do definitely have our own sample size of bands that we don't enjoy. Some of these are infamous, very popular bad artists, which you guys will see. So I'm going to switch scenes real quick to the tournament. I'm also going to...
They're switching gears here on Monday night.
I'm on Discord, so I'm going to actually share my screen with Aflex here. So you can also see the tournament.
Alright, let me see if I could see it. I'm kind of here we go.
Discord noob.
Pop out, come on.
Alright, so...
Alright.
The FPS won't be amazing or anything on your end, but it should be a lot better on mine. So, I mean, you'll be able to see things.
Yeah, mine's about 5 FPS, so it's good enough for me.
It's good enough. I mean, that's what my computer runs at anyway. So, yeah, I'm going to be switching scenes here. Boom. Oh, shit. Hold up. Technical difficulties here. Hold up. There we go.
And by the way, guys, I want to state here that I might be doing my own tier list here in one of these episodes from an idea I have. Top 32 fast food places going up against each other. We'll see who the best fast food joints are, what the fast food... Damn, I can't speak today with all this beer.
It's already The one sip of beer has fucked you up. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign.
Nah, just kidding, guys. I'm just severely retarded. But
So yeah, we're gonna start the tournament here. I'm not too sure how this website is going to work. Hopefully, I'm able to, you know, go through these pretty easily, but we'll see. Um, yeah, the tournament has started. Um, so, as you can see, we have a couple matchups down here that I'm going to be explaining. So, this first matchup, keep in mind that these seeds are not the seeds that we put for them. These are randomized just so we have that chance of an underdog coming through. So we have Justin
21
Bieber
points.
versus 21 Pilots. This is the first versus 32 seed. These seeds don't matter, but we will be referring to these seeds later on.
I'll tell you which one sucks more.
We will once we get to the tournament itself. We're just going to be going through the matchups here, and then we're going to be explaining why we don't like these bands as we go through. So Cardi B versus Pierce the Veil is matchup number 2. This is a very interesting matchup to me because both these artists I dislike, but I like one song from each.
I
But
don't hate Pierce the Veil, to be honest. I
I
don't
don't
really hate them.
I
I
don't
think they're
hate them. I think they're a little before their time. But they get grating. They get annoying to listen to, and it's also the same
I don't
kind of
like
thing with Cardi B in my opinion, where it's not horrible music
Cardi
itself.
B is shit.
Like I don't necessarily think it's like the worst music I've ever listened to, obviously, but obviously there's like
Cardi
musical.
B.
There's something musical there, you know. Number 3, we have Lil Xan versus 6 Feet Under. 6 Feet Under, if you don't know, is a death metal band. They are fronted by Chris Barnes, and they're notoriously bad. The vocals are unlistenable.
Well. I'll say this. I'll say this. Early 6 feet under people in the death metal community say is really good. Uh, it's just the later albums, like the ones that have come out in the last 10 years, have been very, very awful.
They're dreadful.
But yes, yeah, he does sound like Cookie Monster on
Yeah,
the last two or three.
dude, it sucks,
But
but yeah, it's an interesting matchup here.
but the whole discography I wouldn't consider bad, so
Right.
I'd say that.
Number 4, we have Creed versus LMFAO. This is a funny ass matchup. I already know who's going over, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah, I already know.
yeah, what a funny fucking matchup though. This is silly. Number 4 is Buck Cherry versus Poison. Um, both these bands fill a very similar niche to me. Very trashy, very butt rock esque bands, just from different
It's
eras.
cock rock. It's
Yeah,
not butt rock. It's cock rock.
yeah, you can say that. Yeah. Number 6, we have Drake versus Theory of a Dead Man. Um,
Bro, you already know. Like
yeah,
these
I
are
already
kind of
know.
easy. To
Yeah.
be honest,
Well, I mean,
they're easy.
obviously it's randomized, so some of these are going to be easy, some of these are not going to be easy. I have an interesting matchup for the next one: Lost Prophets versus Design the Skyline. Lost Prophets,
Uh,
obviously that band where the fucking lead singer like raped a 1-year-old or whatever the fuck. we
it's
will.
not funny, but I
I mean,
mean,
it's
well,
it's it's that kind of. It's so shocking that it makes you kind of just like, uncomfortable, and
I wouldn't consider their music to be the worst, though.
it's not that bad,
At
no.
least for me.
And I'll argue, newer Design to Skyline is very similar. Their newer music actually isn't all that bad either. Weirdly enough, it's just that kind of when they blew up for that one song. So
It's still like super generic. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. Um, Next one we have Lil Pump versus Imagine Dragons. Uh,
Oh my, that's a good match.
Yeah,
Actually, that's a good one.
that's a good
Because I
match.
hate both of those.
I know who's going over in my opinion, but yeah, you can say that. It's an interesting matchup for sure. We have next one, Green Day versus Black Veil Brides. This might be another interesting matchup for you, but for me, this is extremely easy. Um, the reason why we put Green Day on here
Yeah,
is mostly because of
I
Aflex.
hate Green Day.
Yeah, he hates Green Day, so I put him in
I
there.
despise Green
I
Day.
put him in there so we could argue. Because I don't hate Green Day. I
Green
hate
Day makes the most simplistic.
I hate Green
What?
Day after like Warning, like 2000. I like some songs here and there from their early discography, but I think Dookie is a good album. I don't care what you say. I think it's a good album. But
All of it sucks.
yeah, I mean that's why I put him on there is because we're gonna argue. And then Black Veil Brides, no introduction needed. We don't like them. We have a very interesting matchup for this next one: Bullet for My Valentine versus Born on the
Um,
Dance Floor.
Dude, okay, are you? Did you just throw in Bullet for My Valentine just to get slaughtered? Because you already know Blood on the Dance Floor is going over. Come
well,
on,
well,
guys, in the comments, you
well,
already
well.
know.
This is randomized. Imagine if Bullet for My Valentine went against like I don't know Drake or Lost Prophets. You know, um, it just happened to get slaughtered in this first matchup. You already know who's going over. The reason why we put Bullet for My Valentine on here is because they haven't made a good album in 13 years. Actually, no, 15. Sorry, 15
That
years.
doesn't make them the worst,
That doesn't
though.
make them the worst. It's just the fact that they kept putting on just bad to mid albums, and
AC/DC's done that for years.
yeah, well, they make the same song over and over. So we have AJR versus Megan Trainor, uh, pop, a pop matchup here. Um,
I do not know who AJR is, and Megan Trainor, I just know that she was, uh, she doesn't like being called fat or something. I don't know.
she I feel like both these artists are like industry plants. Like they were put in there like by I don't know, these fucking
AI.
factories. Yeah, these fucking manufacturing plants. Um if you don't know what AJR is, Alex, I would have you I don't know, get a good sample size while I go through these. You can listen to a song or two, perhaps. Um,
Okay, I'll do that now, I guess.
don't get us copyrighted. Don't get us
Uh,
copyrighted,
I'll,
but
I'll,
yeah.
I'll try not.
Next matchup: Falling in Reverse versus Nickelback. Um, in my opinion, this is actually a really good
Ugh.
matchup. At least in my opinion, I
Yeah.
dislike both these bands very evenly. Um, God, I hate both these fucking artists, dude. Um, very interesting matchup. We'll see who wins this, and that's actually it. Just kidding. Haha. Maroon 5 versus Waking the Cadaver. That's
Oh,
quite.
yeah. Okay, now we're getting into some
Yeah,
real
we're getting
shit.
into some shit. Insane Clown Posse versus Sleeping with Sirens. Unfortunately, I wish Insane Clown Posse got matched up with something a little more light, but looks like that's another slaughter in my opinion. Um, Saliva versus Tech Nine. Another interesting matchup here.
Nine.
Yeah, Tech Nine's on here. I'm not a big Tech Nine fan at all. Oh dear God, he's listening to it.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, shit sucks, bro.
All right.
Panic at the
Hopefully we don't
Disco
get copyrighted.
versus Broken Side. Another slaughter.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that. I wish
Actually, I wouldn't call that a slaughter because Panic at the Disco, I despise Panic at the
I
Disco.
do
So,
too, but Broken Side is like on another level for me. Um,
yeah,
so I wish Panic at Disco went against something lighter so it could go more into the thing. But yeah. So we're gonna be explaining why we don't like some of these bands more in depth as we go along. So our first matchup, we have Justin Bieber versus 21 Pilots. Um, for me,
Okay, for me, this is easy.
honestly,
This is easy
very
for
easy
me.
for me too. I think 21 Pilots is the worst band. Um, Justin Bieber, I mean, like when he
Justin
first
Bieber
came
fell
out,
off.
he fell off, I guess. But when he first came out, he got shat on a lot just because he was this emo-looking fucking kid making pop music. Everyone called him a fag back in the day.
He
Poor dude.
was, but he's. I don't even know what he does now. The last
He's
time I see
making
him, I
that
was like on
yummy,
Steve O's
yummy,
YouTube video,
yummy.
and he was like skating at the skate park or something at LA. So I don't even know what he does with his money. Um,
Apparently, he has
but
the
yeah,
dirtiest
Twenty
mansion
Pilots,
in Hollywood. I heard that.
dirtiest mansion.
Yeah, he just doesn't take care of it. So that's what I heard.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either.
21 Pilots. 21 Pilots has been infecting the radio station, has been infecting like the emo like culture like forever.
Hmm.
Like emo people really like 21 Pilots for some reason, and I just don't get it. It's just run of the mill like pop with some rap in it, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah,
I remember I liked one song like fucking 7 years ago now,
I can't
thinking
listen to
about
Twenty
it.
One Pilots,
And,
dude. They're fucking garbage.
but that's easy for me.
Yeah,
21 Pilots is just awful. So that's the one that goes over for me.
yeah.
So
I'm gonna see if I can take Justin Bieber over here, or not Justin Bieber, Twenty One Pilots over here. Apparently, it's loading.
sorry, Justin Bieber, you're not the worst.
Yeah. Wow, it's really taking a lot to fucking load here. That's not cool.
Well, there's been so much more worse music that's come out since Justin Bieber was popular. So he's honestly barely on that list if he is on it. So you
Right.
might just have to write it.
Um, I can't write it on here though, man. Yeah. So I might have to
Fuck.
wait, which I hope I don't have to. Um,
I really hope not.
yeah. This. Oh, there we go. Okay. Set station
Oh,
time.
here we go. Here we go.
I don't care. Save whatever. Fucking report scores. There we go. Fucking 1-0. Sure. Submit score.
All right,
There we
this is
go. There
gonna
we
be
go.
a
It's whatever.
process.
It's whatever. It's
All
through.
right.
Cardi B
Um,
versus Pierce the Veil. Uh, Interesting matchup
this
for
is
me.
easy for me.
But for you, obviously Cardi B goes over. For me,
Yeah,
as much as people hate Cardi B and for her lyrics and stuff like that and her voice that gets grating, there are a couple songs that I can tolerate here and there. And it's the same with Pierce the Veil, so it's not exactly the easiest matchup for me, but I would agree that Cardi B does take it
Pierce the
over.
Veil has talent.
Yeah,
Come on, Pierce the Veil has talent.
yeah. Pierce the Veil gets really grating, too, but Cardi B, I believe, goes over. Sure, I could just do that. Just negative
Yeah,
one.
without
Negative
without a
one.
doubt.
So interesting matchup for round two.
-5.
-5. Lil Xan versus 6 Feet Under. Um, as you said, 6 Feet Under's early discography apparently is actually like not bad. So Lil Xan, in our opinion, would probably go over here.
All all of it is terrible. Lil Xan, all of your material is terrible. I'm sorry. You've
Total
probably heard that from
Xanarchy.
people before.
His album is like notoriously one of the worst rap albums of the 2010s, if not ever. Um, his voice is like creaky. It's weird. Like it sounds like a like an old door being shut. So, Lil Xan made "Betrayed," which is his most tolerable song, and it sucks. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Lil Xan goes over. So here we go.
I wonder
Creed
what he's
versus.
doing now.
Well, I don't even think he makes music anymore. I think he retired. And even though he's like 22 or
Good.
whatever, he's like 21 now. Creed versus LMFAO. Um, all right. Well, for me, this is
This is easy for me again.
is it Creed for you? Does Creed go over or does LMFAO go over?
No, Laugh My Fucking Ass Off goes over
Really?
because Creed at least has some like songs that can be can be tolerable. They actually have some heavy songs in a weird way. Um, sure, Scott Stapp's voice gets really grating. I mean, when you think of butt rock and like that that kind of voice associated with it, you kind of automatically think of Creed's voice.
Mm-hmm.
But Creed has redeeming features for it, whereas Laugh My Fucking Ass Off has just the most repetitive, simplistic pop music. Like I remember back in the day, dude, I was fucking 11 or 12 and that stupid fucking what was that song? Party something?
Party rock anthem.
Party, yeah. Oh my God. I would hear that everywhere.
Yeah, it was
And that was
everywhere.
like the first pop song I legitimately like despised. Like I wanted to kill everybody who liked that song.
um, for
So yeah,
me,
no, no question.
there are a couple LMFAO songs that I have like a guilty kind of pleasure for. Shots being one of them. I
Ugh.
don't think that song's bad. I think Lil Jon kind of carries a little bit. But again, I do. This is not a super easy matchup for me, honestly, because I don't like Creed that much either. But Creed does have a couple songs that, I mean, as much as people will give you weird looks for bumping Creed in the whip, you could bump a couple Creed songs in the whip. Um, so yeah, LMFAO goes over, but I don't think they're gonna be lasting long because of me. So yeah,
Oh no, we'll see.
Buck Cherry versus Poison.
All right.
Cock Rock, the
Oh
Cock
wow,
Rock
this is
block.
the cock rock battle.
Yeah.
So Buck Cherry has some really obnoxious fucking lyrics, but so do Poison in a weird
Hmm.
way. But for me, Buck Cherry goes over because
Oh, thank God.
Poison at least knows how to write like a good 80s anthem, even though it's really stripped down and kind of simplistic and really stupid. It's just all about, you know, girls and drinking and but that was all 80s glam metal at the time.
Hmm.
You can point the same finger at Motley Crue and fucking Guns N' Roses and shit. But Buckcherry has like is just so raunchy and disgusting and fucking they're like the ashtray of the butt rock pile for me. So Buckcherry goes over.
Buck Cherry goes over. I'm gonna explain a little more though. Buck Cherry's reference material, like for example, Poison gets their shit from like Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses and yeah, Guns N' Roses and fucking like, those glam metal bands that aren't like, like some of them aren't like bad. Um, Buck Cherry's reference material is shit like Hinder and fucking Creed and like Theory of a Dead Man and all these like post grunge bands and all that is
Like
just straight up
Bush.
garbage and it's worse than them. It is worse than most of those bands. So honestly, Buck Cherry easily goes over. They're one of my least favorite artists to ever listen to. And while Poison is bad, Buck Cherry easily just that's a slaughter in my opinion. Fucking Buck Cherry sucks, dude. So gotta wait for this shit
Hey,
to
you're
load
Peeter'S
again.
bitch, and fuck so God, I got to do what I dream of doing you all night.
There we go. Drake versus Theory of a Dead
All right.
Man.
This
While
is
it's not
easy
a
for me.
slaughter for me,
Um,
but this is
Really, I think it's a slaughter.
it's not a slaughter.
A lot of people would think, like, oh, Drake is easily worse, but no.
No.
I'm gonna tell you why. No, Drake has the ability to make catchy, like cohesive, like songs that you could like nod your head to, or like, sure, he's not the best songwriter by any means. He's probably more on the lower tier. But Theory of a Dead Man is just straight up boring. And not only that, not only are they just like straight up boring ass butt rock, but towards their newer albums, it's just they get more pop influenced
And
and they're
oh
more
god, that Theory album.
it's
Holy god,
it,
dude.
They made a new one. It's called like Dinosaur or something. I'm not sure if it has the same sound, but I mean, come on. No one listens to Theory of a Dead Man. If you do, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for you.
You need to find better music, bro.
But,
So the reason why I
yeah,
put Drake on
but
here
yeah,
is because this is one of those lower level players that if they got matched up with another one, they could go far. But unfortunately, they got slaughtered here. Um, Theory of a Dead Man has no redeeming qualities. It is the most it's like Buck Cherry in a way. It's like raunchy for no reason. The lyrics suck. There's like lyrics about him being like a simp and shit. And while Drake kind of does that too in a way, but Drake at least he makes catchy music. He doesn't make great music. He doesn't make terrible music though. Like the beats are fine. His voice is fine. His lyrics, while not great, you can, like some of them are okay. Drake has songs that I have liked before or that are in my like songs. So it's not like Theory of a Dead Man where they have literally zero. So Theory of a Dead Man easily goes over here. We have another butt rock fucking block in round 2 apparently.
uh,
So that's gonna be interesting
no,
when we get to it.
well, yeah, okay. The next one's gonna be a little more. Yeah, it's gonna be easy again for me.
Mm. Really,
Yeah,
I genuinely think both those bands are pretty on par with each other, but fair.
I don't think. No, no, not at all.
Really, Jesus. Okay.
No.
Um,
All right, we'll get there once this fucking thing loads.
Jesus Christ, dude. All right, Theory of a Dead Man. Good
All
job.
right,
You
there we
win.
go.
Lost Prophets versus Design the Skyline. As we said before, Lost Prophets doesn't
Okay,
necessarily make bad music. Um, their hit
if you're
Rooftops
just
is
basing
honestly
it off
is
of,
catchy. It's not even a bad song.
yeah, like I know the lead singer did an awful, awful, awful fucking thing, but the music does not. It's just not for me able to be called the worst. It's just kind of just I don't know, generic kind of alt rock from the 2000s. I mean, a lot of people can probably listen to their songs and be fine with it as long as they don't know who the lead singer is. But for me, Design the Skyline wrote literally the worst deathcore song ever made. Um,
Whoa, I don't know about that, dude. I don't
no,
bump it or
there's no
anything,
debate.
but it's so funny to me, man. I think it's so bad that I
Okay.
ironically like it. It's just so
It's coming. No, no,
there's no structure to
it's
it.
so bad.
It's just chugs.
It's
There's like emo clean singing in
it's chugs and like
it.
and it's like electronic like sweeps and none of it like there's barely a fucking chorus. It's so like okay, if you guys haven't heard Design the Skyline because they've kind of faded and fell off like faster than a fucking the speed of light, listen to Surrounded by Silence by Design the Skyline and you tell me that that is not the worst literal song you've ever heard. Um, you can say, oh, their later material is fine or whatever. It's it's generic. There's nothing noteworthy about it. It's just for me. It's just bad deathcore.
Right.
Design the Skyline easily goes over for me. There's no
Um.
question about it.
Yeah. Musically, definitely goes over. Um. I feel like both these bands have, um, like it's like something that ruins their whole discography. For Lost Prophets, it's their singer committing a horrible crime, and for Design to Skyline, it's them making the worst song ever. They're both generic bands, um, but again, I ironically kind of like Surrounded by Silence just because it's that bad. Um, there's obviously no musical
There's
merit to
nothing to
it.
like about
The I like how bad it
it.
is. Like, but yeah, Design to
Like
Skyline
the
does go over.
Shags.
So yeah,
For me, the Shags have more of a musical like melody than that. You know, the Shags.
yeah. Fucking Frank Zappa rated the album that the Shags did as his like second favorite of all time or something. It's
That's one of Kurt Cobain's favorite albums too. It's very weird.
I don't fucking get it. What's up with these really good musicians and like liking that? But yeah.
I don't know. I guess there's something about the Shags that are great.
You have Lil Pump versus Imagine Dragons here. You said that this is a good matchup. I do agree. For me, Imagine Dragons goes over, and the reason for that is because Lil Pump has a couple songs that, while I don't ironically enjoy, I can tolerate. And while he's annoying, and he was this kid, which apparently he's grown up now, and he like regrets what he used to make and stuff. He was like this kid, this snobby kid, rapping Gucci Gang, and he was everywhere. But so was Imagine Dragons for a while. Not a lot of people kind of realize that. Imagine Dragons was fucking everywhere, especially when Radioactive came out. And that's like, when it came out, I didn't hate that song, but now it is one of my least favorite songs because it's just so overplayed. It's like made into this rock anthem, even though it's hardly a rock song. It just sucks. So Imagine Dragons has actively made some of the worst albums in the last 10 years.
Imagine Dragons is the worst rock band of all time. You cannot convince me otherwise.
Wow. Crazy.
I think it's that bad.
Lil Pump for me, while not the worst rapper, shouldn't go over Imagine Dragons here. So good job, Lil Pump. You don't make it to the second round. Imagine Dragons does, though. I expect them to go far. I expect Imagine Dragons to go far. Green Day versus Black Veil Brides. I swear to God, dude.
All right.
I swear to God, dude. Don't.
This is the one we're gonna fight over.
No
this
fucking
is one
way,
we're gonna
dude.
fight over.
No fucking way, dude.
I'm putting Green Day over because Green Day has made the most simplistic, subpar music so much, and everybody likes them. There's no. You can pick any pop punk band ever, and it will be better than Green Day. Sum 41 is better than Green Day. Blink 182 is God compared to Green Day. Like, for me, like, there's no question. Black Veil Brides, okay, suck. The vocals are terrible, especially in the older albums where the screaming is just like, what the fuck? But at the end of the day, Black Veil Brides is really just kind of an Avenged Sevenfold ripoff kind of band.
That's one of my points, though. Green Day didn't rip off anyone. They made their own sound. They didn't. They kind of did, though. They really defined that kind of sound. They've been making that sound since 1988. So in reality, they really kind of popularized that punk rock sound.
All they did was just take punk riffs that already existed, but simplified them down more and added more of a pop flair to it. To me, that's just more like taking something and selling it out, like Imagine Dragons.
With Black Veil Brides, though, Black Veil Brides, they literally rip off another band, and on top of that, they are like fucking 20 times worse than Avenged Sevenfold. And like with Green Day, at least like everyone knows that, like, even though you don't like it yourself, everyone knows that Dookie is like, like one of the, quintessential kind of albums from that time period. Like, everyone likes Dookie, and I also kind of like that album too. While I don't like it as much as other people, I think it's a little overrated. It's still like that album alone wipes any fucking song that Black Veil Brides has ever made. And
I don't know. I'd rather listen to a Black Veil Bride song than any Green Day song any day.
I would not, dude. Seriously. I'd put on Basket Case before
like
any fucking Black Veil Brides song, dude. Black Veil Brides needs to go into the second round, dude. I don't think Green Day deserves to be even out of the first round. I feel like Black Veil Brides needs to win this matchup, dude. For the sake of the list, too.
All right.
Look at the next fucking matchup, dude. look at the next matchup, dude. So I feel like for the sake of the list, we kind of need to have Battlefield Brides over.
All right, I'll agree, but I think we should at least make it a little harder for Blood on the Dance Floor. How about we trade out Bullet for My Valentine for Asking Alexandria?
Ooh, that it does make it a
Let's
little harder,
we'll
but
do a
Blood
little
on the Dance Floor
swap.
wipes, dude. Blood on the Dance Floor wipes in that fucking matchup. With Asking Alexandria, sure they've made like, especially recently, they've made songs that just are straight up garbage. Blood on the Dance Floor though have little to no musical merit. So, Battlefield Brides goes over in this matchup, but we do need to really talk about
All
this.
right,
So, Asking Alexandria, so not Blood
and
for
you
My
don't even
Valentine versus Blood on the Dance Floor.
no, it's fine. If they're gonna win anyway, just put Blood on the Dance Floor over because you
Yeah,
already know they're gonna be like
they're
one
gonna
of the
be
top
at
seeds.
least semifinal. At least, dude, they are. Oh, we're gonna get to them in a little bit, especially for this matchup. So, AGR versus Megan
All
Trainor.
right,
From what you heard, what would you prefer?
so Megan Trainor to me, I don't really think should be on this list just because
What?
I feel like I feel like there's just worse pop artists out there. I feel like
Uh,
there's more manufactured sounds than Megan Trainor. Megan Trainor is just like a fucking Demi Lovato or a fucking what's another one? Um,
Kelly Clarkson.
no, Kelly Clarkson actually has a few songs that like
They go
border like
hard.
rock.
They rip.
I know. Yeah, guys, Kelly Clarkson is a ripper.
Yeah,
So,
front to back.
I mean, so I just listened to a sample of AJR. It just sounds like kind of the same kind of pop shit that's been going on for the past 15 years. So I guess that would go over, but I feel like we should make it a little harder. We can replace Megan Trainor with like either Asking Alexandria or Attila.
Well, all right. Well, let me replace something like that with Attila. You kind of enjoy Attila, or at least you did for a
I
little
do.
bit.
I'm not even gonna lie, but they are like you could consider them like
They're a lower tier of
one of the worst.
metalcore, deathcore. They're lower tier, but they're not like
Their
among the
lyrics
worst.
are terrible.
Their lyrics are funny, and they know they're funny, and that's what I kind of enjoy about Attila is that they really don't take themselves seriously. AJR takes themselves way too seriously, and like it's just this boring ass, near unlistenable millennial pop, and it just sucks, dude. Like no one likes AJR. So I don't know. Megan Trainor. Uh, if you really want to replace her, I feel like um, what's another kind of pop band I would put there? One Republic maybe, or
I just
One Direction maybe.
uh,
One Direction perhaps.
thing with One Direction though is they're not a thing anymore.
They're
They're
not.
like it's not like I don't know.
Well, nor are a lot of these bands. Like some of these bands don't exist anymore.
Some of them,
Yeah.
yeah, but a lot of them still make music and they're still tearing it up in terms of sucking so hard. One Direction disbanded actually. Like so I mean, I don't know. I just feel like man, what's a really boring one? Like Kings of Leon or like
Oh
fucking
God.
or
Jesus.
oh no, you could put 303 on there maybe, but
303 has a couple songs that I ironically enjoy just because they're bad. I'm a connoisseur of
oh,
bad
what about
music.
Millionaires?
Ooh, that's a spicy take. That is a spicy
What
take.
about Millionaires? Even though
Um,
they don't make music anymore too.
that's fine. Honestly, I could put Millionaires into the second column here, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because
AJR
if it's
sucks too.
facing AJR, if it's facing AJR, I'm pretty sure Millionaires would take that seed pretty easily.
So all right. I wish I could just replace this with Millionaires, but Megan Trainor, aka Millionaires, goes over.
We'll just say that Megan Trainor on the entrance to the way got beaten up by millionaires and they
Yeah,
took their place.
yeah, it's like the elimination chamber.
Yeah, just do that. Put millionaires on the second seed to like fake everyone out.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's what this is. I can't change it. I can't change it right now. So this is what this is. This is
Okay.
millionaires.
Uh, all right, guys. If you see Megan Trainor on the column, it's actually millionaires.
Yeah, this is
So,
millionaires. So, all right, Falling in Reverse versus Nickelback. We have a fucking. This is a slobber knocker here, in my opinion. Um,
so this one for me, even though I feel like Falling in Reverse is a little bit worse, I'm gonna say I think Nickelback should take it because I feel like the list would kind of be injustifiable if Nickelback didn't at least win one.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I disagree, dude. I think Falling in Reverse should take it because Falling in Reverse is genuinely
I
that
don't think
bad,
so.
dude. All right,
Falling in Reverse
Have you listened
has a
to
couple
Game
songs.
Over by Falling in Reverse? Have you listened to that song?
No, have you listened to Nickelback's attempt at Maroon 5 pop music?
I have, and it's really funny.
Like
um,
Nickelback is just trying to be like any genre they can to get money.
Falling in Reverse's Game Over is actively one of the worst songs I've ever fucking heard. And I'm dead fucking serious, dude. That is. I can't even put that song on to, like, ironically enjoy it. It is
But
that
for
bad.
but for me though, in Reverse has at least like they can have the talent to put on like a good song.
Very early Falling in Reverse, sure. And I'm talking, like, 2007 to, like, 2011, maybe. But ever since then, they have made some of the worst music I've ever heard. It's like Nickelback. At least here's my argument for Nickelback. Nickelback's first two albums aren't even that bad. They're not even like bad albums. Falling in Reverse's first two
I'd
albums
say
are
one.
bad albums.
Okay.
Curb? Would you say Curb or The State?
Uh, uh,
Curb's boring,
both.
but it's
I feel
not
like are cool.
bad. And The State is honestly like not that bad. It's a little ahead of its time.
I
So
just feel like Nickelback just has to take it just because they're not as big as sellouts as or they're as big as sellouts.
you know what? You know what? Because you gave me
Yeah.
Blood on the Dance Floor, or not Blood on the Dance Floor, Blackfield Breads. Um, I'll give you Nickelback. To be fair,
I just feel like Nickelback has to at least win one. Has to at
that's
least win
fair.
one because
But if Falling Reverse was here instead of Millionaires, Falling Reverse would win. In my opinion.
okay, all right.
Maroon 5 versus Waking the Cadaver. We have some
God damn.
interesting. So this is absolutely comparing apples and oranges. Waking the Cadaver, if you don't know, they're a very brutal slam band, and they are,
That sucks.
yeah, they are. Oof, they're something else. Um, the problem with I know everyone that will be watching this video knows Maroon 5 is bad, but not everyone will know why Waking the Cadaver is bad. Waking the Cadaver has horrible, semi-offensive lyrics. The musicianship itself, like with Slam, like you expect something groovy, you expect something brutal. With Waking the Cadaver, you don't necessarily get either. You just kind of get like
Pounding on a trash can.
yeah, it's like they use these open fucking snares and it sounds like shit. It sounds like like Saint Anger. Uh,
Listen to Chased by the or no,
Chased through the woods by a
Chased in the
rapist.
Woods by a Rapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That, but yeah, in my
Maroon
opinion,
5,
Maroon 5 actually does go over. In my
I
opinion.
don't think so.
Really? This is another one we disagree on. Interesting.
I think Waking the Cadaver is that fucking bad. I think
Okay.
Waking the Cadaver, because you could turn on a Waking the Cadaver song and be like, what the fuck is this? Whereas Maroon 5 at least has like a musical like consistency to it. Like you
You,
can
you could say that,
like
but
you know what's going on.
my argument is Maroon 5 is everywhere. Waking to the Cadaver is easily avoidable. Maroon 5, for the better part of 10 years, was not. And it was fucking grating. You would hear that shit on the radio every day. It's just awful, dude. Like, That's my argument, is that it was so much more played and so much more people know about it and how bad they are, and they've earned this reputation of being one of the least liked bands in the world. Um, I do agree that Waking the Cadaver just has that element of like, what the fuck is this? But I don't know, dude. This is a really hard matchup for me.
I think because Waking the Cadaver is avoidable because nobody likes it because nobody listens to Waking the Cadaver.
Right.
It's in that same vein as like I don't know, annotations of an autopsy or fucking what's another even disfiguring the goddess kind of sounds like Waking the Cadaver, but
Loads
Waking the
better.
Cadaver is so the vocals are so abhorrently bad and so the quality is so bad. The drumming is terrible. The riffs are like barely there. Like Maroon 5, at least you could say like, "Hey, I know Adam Levine's voice. He has a unique voice." Sure, the rest of the band doesn't really do anything, but I mean, I don't know.
All right, I'll
I
put
don't
Waking
know.
the Cadaver over, man. It's just that's a hard fucking. I guess they do deserve to
All
be
right, this
second
one is
round.
easy for me.
This is also easy for
This
me. This is very easy for me.
Insane Clown Posse goes over.
What? Oh shit! Another one, dude. I
It's,
disagree, dude. I actually
I don't
disagree.
think so.
Sleeping with
Insane
Sirens
Clown
is
Posse goes
grating.
over.
Insane Clown Posse has worse lyrics and I guess worse instrumentation, but Sleeping with Sirens fucking actively agitates you when you listen to it. And Insane Clown Posse doesn't really do that for me.
Sleeping
It
with
just kind of bores me.
Sirens. Sleeping with Sirens can have a good like guitar when they want to, and they can. I get it. Kellen Quinn's vocals are very feminine, but I feel like there's more. Like there's worse in that genre. Like there's more that sound more like a woman than Kellen Quinn does.
Uh, true. Kellen Quinn sounds like your impression of Dolph Ziggler.
Every week I come around here and I bust my ass.
Yeah, he sounds like that, dude. Um, I mean,
Dolph Ziggler sucked.
Dolph Ziggler does suck, but the more time goes on, the more I appreciate him because he's loads better than some of these fucking terrible ass wrestlers. But enough about that. Um,
Mickey!
Insane Clown Posse, I guess. Like, but all right, Waking the Cadaver wipes both of these. Let's be honest. So
Yeah, that's
either
what I'm
either
saying.
way,
So like, no
either way, I guess
split,
yeah,
so.
sure, just because of that, just because of that. Saliva versus Tech Nine. This is
I
actually an
think he's
interesting.
got to win one.
Really? But
I think for those, I don't know. I don't even think both of those should be even on there.
yeah, these are
Actually,
both
no, be a better
lower.
match.
These are both lower.
Put
Right now.
Asking Alexandria and Attila in there, and we'll see who wins.
All right, this is all right. Don't look at this, guys. Don't don't look. This is Asking Alexandria, and this is Attila. Just keep that in mind. All right. Asking Alexandria. Oh God, it's actually a really hard matchup for me. Um, I feel like Asking Alexandria goes over just because of their new material, and we're looking at them overall. Attila, as of recently, they just kind of make pizza core. um, they
Yeah.
just make
So
Monster Energy
Asking
drink core.
Alexandria, yeah,
Yeah, so I'd say Asking Alexandria
we'll put
barely
that
goes
over.
over, but the earlier half of the discography, Asking Alexandria would not go over, in my opinion. They have a couple songs here and there that kind of rip a little bit, you know. But yeah, so Asking Alexandria, this is not Saliva,
Okay,
guys.
right.
Goes over. Panic
Yeah,
at the
guys.
Disco
So
versus
this
Broken
might be a
Side.
bit confusing.
We'll
All right,
know.
I kind of hate that this got seeded. I kind of hate that this got seeded the way it did because Panic at the Disco is going to get a free pass, which I hate Panic at the Disco. They're one of the worst fucking bands ever, if you can even
I
call
agree.
them a band.
I do agree.
They're worshipped by these fucking biracial or bisexual fucking demi boy transgender post Malone fucking people. Just kidding. But Panic at the Disco, man. I know Broken Side's going over, and I agree with it. It's just, guys, I cannot stress to you how much I hate fucking Panic at the Disco.
Um,
Sorry, I know I'm not gonna rant on Broken Side at all because they fucking suck. They're one of the worst bands ever. But Panic at the Disco, Brendan, whatever. If you're watching this somehow, like if you somehow stumbled upon this video, I fucking hate you. You look like a fucking faggot, and I hope you die.
Jesus.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my God. All right. Well, we're gonna get canceled, bro. Jesus. So yeah. I absolutely agree that Broken Side should go over. It's just, God, Panic at the Disco, like, they at least deserved to be in, like, round 2. Um, we really don't like Panic.
You get a free pass, Panic.
Yeah. So,
You get a free pass.
all right, that's the end of the first round. We're actually doing okay on time. So, round
This'll be
2.
fine.
21 Pilots versus Pierce the Veil. 21 Pilots goes over. This is not a very hard matchup for me. Pierce the Veil has,
I hate the fact that you put Pierce the Veil over. I hate that Cardi B did not fucking go over. That's ridiculous. But that's ridiculous, guys. This is a travesty.
Well, 21 Pilots wins anyway, so at least Pierce the Veil didn't go far. So, yeah. Again, 21 Pilots makes the most boring, fucking just run of the mill pop rap, indie pop, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And plus they were everywhere for a while too, so there's also that there's that stigma as well. So yeah, 21 Pilots already in round 3. You love to see it. Lil Xan versus LMFAO. This is quite the matchup, especially for you.
Guys, I know you fucking little kids are gonna fucking hate me, but LMFAO goes over for me. I hate LMFAO. I hated my fucking childhood. I don't know enough about, like, I know Lil Xan makes like awful like mumble rap.
He
I
made
know
one
he's
of the worst
worst.
albums ever though. Like he like it is genuinely unlistenable.
Oh, I'm sure.
LMFAO kind of
I'm
has
sure.
too, but at least like LMFAO has, like
It's so manufactured. They're so manufactured and they were so inescapable.
yeah, they did feel like industry plants. Like they kind of just came out of nowhere. I I don't know. I would put Lil Xan over, but I feel like your wanting of LMFAO over trumps my wanting of Lil Xan. So well, it's just because
No.
it's
No.
closer.
You know what?
Yeah, it's
Put Lil
closer.
Xan over.
Really,
Put
really.
Lil Xan over.
Why is that?
You know, because I know there's gonna be people in the comments like, oh, come on, I actually like that party rock song, or fucking Lil Xan, he's the most fucking stupid, overrated. Like, I already get it. I get it. I have a personal childhood hatred of LMFAO, so we'll just leave it at that.
All right, here's the butt rock
Buck
corner.
Cherry.
This is the butt rock corner.
All right. So this is the ultimate butt rock battle. This is Buck Cherry versus Theory of a Dead Man. I'm gonna have to go with. Oh man. This is so hard.
Yeah,
This is
they're
so
very
hard.
similar bands when you like get down to it. They both make very similar kind of music. They both have very similar lyrics. It just kind of
The only difference is that Buck Cherry is more like in your face grating, and Theory of a Dead Man is just more flat and boring. It's just like whatever. It's like, would you rather have
but
what?
I say Theory goes over, and the reason why is because of their new stuff.
No.
It's because of their new stuff. I feel like
But
their
you-
new
but what
stuff
about-
makes them go over.
Does Buck Cherry have new stuff? People in the comments, monkeys in the comments. Does Buck Cherry have new material? And if so, what does it sound like? Is it decent? Is it bad? Is it well? It's probably bad.
Here, you know what?
But-
You know what? I'm gonna go on Wikipedia right now. I'm gonna go on Buck Cherry, and we're gonna see. So this won't take long. God, one of the fucking first results is Buck Cherry Greensboro. That's horrifying to know that they're going to be in the same state as me.
Get some tickets out there.
Discography. Oh my god, they have a fucking album coming out.
You do?
I think, unless it's already out. It's yet to come out. Okay. Their last album's from 2021. It did not chart anywhere. Other than the UK, somehow. UK motherfuckers built different. So, let's see. The most recent one that has an article is their 2019 record, and it just says the genre is hard rock. So at least they have kept to their roots. And Theory of a Dead Man has sold out. So I feel like that's what decides it.
All right. Okay. Then put Theory over.
By the way, 420. Haha. Funny number. Haha.
We should have put Theory like
We should have put Theory
buddy
on
rapper.
there. Yeah, we should have put Theory on there.
He would have won.
He would have wiped,
He would have
bro.
won.
He would have wiped. That's our op. Design of Skyline versus Imagine Dragons. This is quite the matchup.
This
Imagine
is easy
Dragons.
for me.
Yeah, Imagine Dragons
This
goes
is
over.
pretty easy.
Imagine Dragons goes over.
Because Imagine Dragons is more of a permanent kind of cancer, whereas Design the Skyline has faded,
a
and like
blip.
no one knows who Design the Skyline is.
Yeah, they are a blip
Yeah,
on the radar. So it's not like
Imagine Dragons is like a cock stain on the fucking industry, and a lot of bands try to replicate their boring, fucking mellow, stale Coke sound. So we're gonna do it.
they taste like how
this one's
Sprite
also easy.
tastes without any any carbonation. That's what they are.
Black Veil Brides. This is easy. Come
This
on,
is- yeah.
blood on the dance floor all the
Dude,
way.
fucking wipes. 9-0. God, dude. blood on the
Okay,
dance
so you
floor.
guys remember? So guys, remember Megan Trainor is not on the list anymore. We decided to change that to Millionaires.
Yep.
I should probably explain who Millionaires is. Millionaires was a late 2000s all girl kind of pop band, except all they talked about was fucking emo guys and taking their money and
Teach
being
me how
rich.
To scream. Teach me how to scream. They also made that song, which is
No, that's Broken Side.
Wait, is it?
That's Broken Side.
Oh, dude, Broken Side
Yeah, that teach me how
deserves
to-
to go
that's
over, bro.
Broken Side.
For that one song, Broken Side deserves to go over. Panic.
We'll get to that. So,
We'll get to it, yeah.
is it Millionaires or Nickelback? Yeah, Millionaires goes over.
Millionaires, easily. At least Nickelback
Yeah.
put out something of value back in the day. Millionaires has not. But they are also a
Waking the
blip.
Cadaver
Oh, dear God, this matchup.
versus Insane Clown Posse.
Waking the Cadaver wins,
Um,
man. At least Insane Clown
'cause-
Posse made a song we can laugh at. Juggalo Homies.
Yeah, I'll put Waking the Cadaver over. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. And the reason why we hate it more, again, at least Insane Clown Posse has made things that we can laugh at, and whilst not and ironically enjoy, at least we can have like a little bit of fun listening to it. Waking the Cadaver does not have such thing. They just make straight up just bad music that confounds you. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so guys, remember Saliva is also not in the bracket anymore. That's been replaced by Asking Alexandria. So
Yep.
if you see Saliva, that's Asking
Yeah, I
Alexandria.
already know who's
But
winning this.
Broken Side taught Asking Alexandria how to scream, so we are moving on.
12-0. So, yeah, it's the end of round 2. We're now into round 3. 21 Pilots
Alright.
versus Lil Xan.
Oh man, okay, this is hard because actually I think 21 Pilots I hate more, but I mean people are probably gonna say Lil Xan, so I'll leave that up
honestly,
to you.
I'd put 21 Pilots over. And while yes, Lil Xan made one of the worst albums ever, so has fucking 21 Pilots, dude. Like
All the transsexual emo kids in the comments are like, how could you put 21 Pilots in
Lil Xan is another one of those cases where they are a blip on the radar. I think he literally made 1 or 2 albums. With 21 Pilots, they keep making terrible albums, and they keep doing it. And that's another reason why I put them over. And, you know, like, it's just so boring. There's nothing to it. It's flavorless. There's no spice to it. At least Lil Xan, he's funny. Like, his voice is really fucking funny. So, yeah, 21 Pilots goes over. Theory of a Dead Man versus Imagine Dragons. Weirdly enough, this is the 20 versus 21.
So this is the ultimate butt rock battle.
Yeah, sure.
This is the ultimate butt rock battle.
Sure.
For me, it's Imagine Dragons. It just has to be.
Yeah.
There's, like I said, no bigger cancer fucking rock band than Imagine Dragons.
Oh,
they
dude,
are
the finals are going to go hard. I already know who's going to be in the finals. Right
Imagine Dragons is like a stale Nickelback. Like if you were to take Nickelback out of the freezer, pop them open, and then fucking drink it 3 years later, that fucking nasty coagulated fucking flat taste that comes out of the can, that's Imagine Dragons. So yeah,
Well,
we'll just leave it at that.
Millionaires went far. I'll say that.
No, I'm putting Blood on the Dance Floor over.
Okay, thank God.
Yes.
Thank
Millionaires can at least like hold a beat. Blood on the Dance Floor is like the antithesis of music. So we'll put Blood on the Dance Floor over.
All right, so Blood on the Dance Floor being this far, it also goes without saying, the singers are also terrible people. It's like Lost Prophets. It's maybe slightly less bad. I think Davi Vanity has been accused of like 20 counts of sexual misconduct or something. It's like something like that. He's just a horrible person. And back in 2011 or something, or like 2009, they put out a song called You Done Goofed. And this song is mocking one of the accusers for speaking up in a YouTube video. And it's mocking them for that. And the reason why it's called You Done Goofed is because her dad, using his boomer language, said that in the video. And they just used it as the title. And that song is just disgusting. You know, like, imagine putting out a song fucking mocking someone that accused you of such a horrific crime. That fucking girl was like 13 or something. And it's just horrible stuff. It goes without saying that fucking Blood on Dance Floor needs to go at least to the finals. So, Making It a Cadaver versus Broken Side. Interesting matchup.
Broken Side.
Yeah.
Broken Side's going over.
They taught everyone how to scream. What can I say?
Waking the Cadaver, you had a good run.
You did.
But
You did.
sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
All right, we're here at the semifinals.
Here we go.
No.
21 Pilots versus Imagine Dragons. Oh boy.
Is that Imagine Dragon?
Yeah. 21 Pilots, as much as we don't like them, at least like they have something. You know, like it's like, all right, this is like comparing like a hot pocket filled with air to like a hot pocket made of shit.
Yeah.
Like, Imagine Dragons has nothing to them. 21 Pilots, whilst has a similar thing of having nothing to them, at least like they can rap. They have rhythm. Imagine Dragons doesn't really have that. It's just stadium radio rock that gets played everywhere. It sucks. So Imagine Dragons goes on to the finals. How exciting is that? And then Blood on the Dance Floor versus Broken Side.
You're attractive, little
Broken Side, you had a good run, man.
Because at least Broken Side is fun. Like you could be like, haha, this is funny. This is so stupid. Blood on the Dance Floor, you're like,
It's
oh my God, what am
despicable.
I watching? And
It is despicable.
yeah.
Um,
Because I actually like, okay, I ironically enjoy Broken Side songs
like
just
Freaks.
because of
Freaks
how
is hilarious,
yeah,
dude.
that's a funny or Teach Me How to Scream, that's a funny song too. Because it's just a bunch of like bad acting girls that they hired to be on the set and they're just screaming in their ears and they look uncomfortable. That's funny.
So for the bronze matchup, we have 21 Pilots versus Broken Side. That's quite the matchup.
Broken Side easy.
That's quite the matchup. But yeah, Broken
That's
Side.
not that's not a matchup, that's a slaughter.
It's not a slaughter, but I
21
mean,
Pilots, you're
you know, they both have their own things.
21 Pilots was the Vikings of this tournament. They were the frauds.
Yeah, they're the frauds. They. So, yeah, there you go, bronze match, and then finally taking a trophy
The
for
Super
worst
Bowl.
band. This is the Super Bowl. This is the NCAA championship. Imagine Dragons versus Blood on the Dance Floor. Um,
It's blood on the dance floor for
it is
me.
Blood on the Dance Floor. And the reason why this is so easy is just because, you know, that has that factor of it where the people themselves are horrible. At least with Imagine Dragons, like, the people making it aren't horrible people. They're just, they don't know how to make a song. They don't know how to make a good song. So, yeah, Blood on the Dance Floor wins this episode. Wow. Oh, what a tournament.
But that doesn't take away Imagine Dragons. Imagine Dragons, you're still boring as fuck. You're the most
Yeah.
boring band in
You're
existence.
second place.
You just got edged out.
Yeah, second place. If
Yeah.
Blood on Dance Floor wasn't made by terrible people, it'd actually be a closer matchup, in my opinion. But
Nah, they'd still win.
only by a little bit, and that's only because Imagine Dragons was played everywhere, and it's fucking like, I don't know who fucking enjoys this fucking band, dude. Why did Imagine Dragons get as big as they did? You know, it really.
Radioactive!
So yeah, that's the end of the tournament. Final results. This is the records of everyone. Apparently, that's interesting.
Damn,
So-
5-0.
5-0. They're the they're the chiefs of this tournament because we kind of like, you know, we already kind of knew that they were gonna win. It's not like it was rigged, but you know. So yeah, first is Blood, second is Imagine Dragons, third is Broken Side. Then we have 21 Pilots, Theory of a Dead Man. Lil Xan was tied for fifth, which is interesting. Millionaires also tied for fifth. And you have all these awesome bands.
No, like, great bands.
I know. So,
Wow, that's awesome.
yeah. So,
Uh,
that's it.
we should do like we'll do like another tier list probably next episode. We
Yeah.
can either do WWE games or Mortal Kombat. I feel like that would be a good episode too.
I'm down for either. I think it's up to you for this one because I did decide for this episode. So, to make it fair, we'll have you decide what you want to do.
Actually, no. We can do it even better. Instead of like, we can do one part Mortal Kombat games as a tier list, and then the other part a Mortal Kombat character tier list. We'll have like 32 of the best Mortal Kombat characters. We'll put them in seeds, and we'll see who wins in each one, or
We
who
could
would
do
win.
that, or we could go full on Mortal Kombat Armageddon, have every single character in a tier list, and rate them because we know all the characters. Like we're big Mortal Kombat fans. So like
Well, then should we just do a regular tier list, like S tier,
yeah,
A tier,
S through
F tier?
S through F. I feel like that would be I feel like that'd be it. If you want, we could end this episode here, and if you still have time, we could record another one right after and just do the tier list, because I'm sure there's already one made. So that's up to you if you have time.
I don't think I have time, just because Nicole comes back in an hour.
Oh,
But I could possibly do it tomorrow
all
if
right.
that's possible.
I'll see what's going on tomorrow. I believe um, the mom comes back tomorrow. I just don't know what time. So we'll see.
Well, I could do it early in the morning.
Yeah. I just don't know if she's coming back at like 7 in the morning or something. That's the thing. So we'll see. Um,
I
but yeah,
will just let me know.
that's gonna be it for this episode. We'll have a Mortal Kombat tier list coming your way. Um, if you want to look at all of this, all these cool bands and stuff and how they did, I'll slowly scroll down for you. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. A little bit of a shorter one. It's actually literally half the length of the last one, which is interesting. But again, we're gonna have Mortal Kombat tier list for you tomorrow. We're gonna see if all characters are in a singular tier list, and if not, then we could just do what he suggested, where we have a 32 character tournament to see what our favorites are. Um,
Well, I'm sure there's a MK Armageddon like tier list you could do, like or
yeah,
look
but
up.
there's been characters introduced since then, like Kronika and Devora and all that. So we might have to find a full-on tier list having all the characters, which I'm sure there's something out there. So yeah, that'll be it for this episode, and thanks for watching, y'all. Um, again, short episode, but you know, after the last one, we kind of need to make do. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see
Alright.
y'all next
Yeah,
time whenever
guys.
this one uploads. So yeah, bye
See
bye.
you guys on the next Angry Joe show. Bye bye.